Hello, brothers and sisters, and welcome to The Last Ego on Earth. My name is James Scott Shoemaker, and tonight we are going to, well, it's tonight here, but tonight we're going to be going over A Course in Miracles, of course, and we are going to do lesson 1, and I'm also going to read the introduction to you guys. I did briefly want to go over, when I first read the course and did my first lesson, I had no idea what it was talking about. It was like, you'll see, but we're supposed to be going around the room looking at different objects and pretty much saying that they mean nothing. And that was hard to do because all my life, everything that I saw, I thought they meant something. But obviously that's not what Jesus is telling us. So it's, 10 years later, and I'm starting to understand that more and more, that the more we put ourselves into these objects, the more attached we become. And then when something happens to that object or that person or that thing, we get upset because we believe that that is somehow our source or our, what makes us us. And it's not true at all. So that's a little note on, how I've come to understand this aspect of the course or this lesson. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started here with the introduction. Number 1, this is also, by the way, on page 1 of the workbook for students. So number 1, a theoretical foundation such as the text provides is necessary as a framework to make the exercises in this workbook meaningful. Yet it is doing the exercises that will make the goal of the course possible. An untrained mind can accomplish nothing. It is the purpose of this workbook to train your mind to think along the lines the text sets forth. The exercises are very simple. They do not require a great deal of time, and it does not matter where you do them. They need preparation. They need no preparation, I'm sorry. The training period is 1 year. The exercises are numbered from 1 to 365. Do not undertake or do more than 1 set of exercises a day. Now, right there, guys, this is where I made a big giant mistake. I did not read the introduction here, I don't think, when I first started the course. And I was so very excited to get started and to shed all the fear that I had. I sat on a dock one time in front of a lake and I read about 40 lessons at once. I just went through and just read, and I was just wanting help so bad because I was in so much pain. I just fully engulfed, or I was trying, it was almost like I was eating the course, trying to find salvation. For me, I don't think that was a very good thing, Jesus doesn't make mistakes. But a whirlwind happened to me after that, and we'll speak of that another time. But I do recommend, if you don't want a whirlwind, to definitely listen to what he says right here. And for sure, just do 1 exercise a day. I mean, you could even, read it twice, read it for the whole week if you want to, but take your time. I would not rush it. So anyway, here we go. So number 3, the workbook is divided into 2 main sections. The first dealing with the undoing of the way you see now, and the second with the acquisition of true perception. With the exception of the review periods, each day's exercises are planned around 1 central idea, which is stated first. This is followed by a description of the specific procedures by which the idea for the day is to be applied. The purpose of the workbook is to train your mind in a systematic way to a different perception of everyone and everything in the world. The exercises are planned to help you generalize the lessons so that you will understand that each of them is equally applicable to everyone and everything you see. Transfer of training in true perception does not proceed as does transfer of the training of the world. If true perception has been achieved in connection With any person, situation, or event, total transfer to everyone and everything is certain. On the other hand, one exception held apart from true perception makes its accomplishments anywhere impossible. All right, guys, number 6. The only general rules to be observed throughout, then, are first, that the exercises be practiced with great specificity, as will be indicated. This will help you generalize the ideas involved to every situation in which you find yourself, and to everyone and everything in it. Second, be sure that you do not decide for yourself that there are some people, situations, or things to which the idea are inapplicable. This will interfere with the transfer of training. The very nature of true perception is that it has no limits. It is the opposite of the way that you see now. The overall aim of the exercise is to increase your ability to extend the ideas you will be practicing to include everything. This will require no effort on your part. The exercise themselves meet the conditions necessary for this kind of transfer. Some of the ideas in the workbook present to you will find hard to believe, and others may seem to be quite startling. This does not matter. You are merely asked to apply the ideas you are directed to do. You are not asked to judge them at all. You are asked only to use them. It is their use that will give them meaning to you and will show you that they are true. Remember only this: you need not believe the ideas, you need not accept them, and you need not even welcome them. Some of them you may actively resist. None of this will matter or decrease their efficiency. You do not allow yourself to make exceptions in applying the ideas the workbook contains, and whatever your reactions to the ideas may be, use them. Nothing more than that is required. Yeah, guys, I got to tell you, this works. It really does. I remember back in 10 years ago, I was highly involved with all the things that I had, and I had made them very special. My computer, I had a collection of toys. I am an artist. I enjoy collecting figurines and action figures, by the way. But they were very much me. And if anything got harmed or, hurt on those, I was very, upset if something happened to them. Cars, house, my lawn, anything that was around me was very special to me. And it made me feel like that was who I was. So doing this will definitely help you unlock that, and you will become much lighter with the things that you own and the people that you're around also. It gets deeper and deeper as you go on the course. So, okay, here, guys, we're going to go ahead and read the lesson here. So part 1, lesson 1, we're on page 3 of the workbook for students. I am using the A Course in Miracles combined volume by the Foundation of Inner Peace. So here we go. Lesson 1. Nothing I see in this room, on this street, from this window, in this place means anything. Now, look slowly around you and practice applying this idea very specifically to whatever you see. This table does not mean anything. This chair does not mean anything. This hand does not mean anything. This foot does not mean anything. This pen does not mean anything. Then look farther away from your immediate area and apply the idea to a wider range. That door does not mean anything. That body does not mean anything. That lamp does not mean anything. That sign does not mean anything. That shadow does not mean anything. Notice that these statements are not arranged in any order and make no allowance or differences in any kinds of things to which they are applied. That is the purpose of the exercise. The statement should merely be applied to anything you see. As you practice the idea for the day, use it totally indiscriminately. Do not attempt to apply it to everything you see, for these exercises should not become ritualistic. Only be sure that nothing you see is specifically excluded. One thing is like another as far as the application of the idea is concerned. Each of the first 3 lessons should not be done more than twice a day each, preferably morning and evening. Nor should they be attempted for more than a minute or so, unless that entails a sense of hurry. A comfortable sense of leisure is essential. And that's it, guys. Part 1, Lesson 1. As it said, you do not even need to believe the things that we're doing right now. So just trust Jesus, trust Holy Spirit. You'll see that this works, guys. It really makes you so much lighter, and you'll be able to apply it to anything you see throughout the day. And just watch yourself handing it over to Holy Spirit. You just hand it over, start looking at these objects and say, this means this table does not mean anything. This cup does not mean anything. This video does not mean anything. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Lesson 1 here from the Workbook of Students and from A Course in Miracles. And also thank you for tuning in to The Last Ego on Earth. We're gonna go ahead and we'll do the next lesson. It'll be coming out very shortly. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and peace be with you, and I will see you guys on the other side. Bye-bye, guys.
Prepare yourself from the birth to the dirt. Prepare yourself for all it's worth. Prepare yourself from the birth to the dirt. Prepare yourself, the last ego on earth. Prepare yourself from the dirt to the birth. Prepare yourself from the birth to the dirt. The last ego on earth.